Welcome to another episode of Convos podcast. Of course, I am your host, Dricka M. Carter. I am the owner and serial CEO of Carter Capital, Convos, my own personal brand, Dricka M. Carter, as well as Carter Capital, the only 24-hour wealth development firm and institute, which is your number one sponsor here at Convos. And today I have with me a surprise. Miss Mayor, I call her the mayor of credit. Go ahead and introduce yourself to our listening audience.
I am in the building. My name is Melika Honore. For people that do not know who I am, I'm the mayor of Business Credit. I'm also the CEO of the Love Center Daycare 1, 2, and 3, Honore Solutions, which is a wealth building firm. And we're here in my amazing, sexy restaurant and lounge,
Talk about
The Verdict in New Orleans East. And so that's all the stuff I got going. I'm gonna try.
I don't think that's all the stuff you got going on. But we're gonna get into it.
Yeah.
So tell us how you got started. Like you said, you're a serial entrepreneur. Of course, I'm a serial entrepreneur.
Yeah.
We homegirls.
Yeah.
We building legacy.
It's my coach right here.
We
y'all.
building brands, right? We building community and helping ladies understand that there's more to life, right? So how did you even get started into entrepreneurship?
You know, I take pride in saying this all the time.
Please tell the people.
So I was like most people in New Orleans, evacuated in Houston, and always dream of being an entrepreneur. I gotta first tell this story. People they think that Craigslist is weird, but I'm obsessed with Craigslist.
I definitely thought Craigslist was
I'm obsessed with it. And so instead of being on Instagram, back in 2005, it wasn't Instagram. I don't know what we were on.
I think we was on
MySpace.
MySpace. We probably was on.
But I was addicted to Craigslist. Facebook was 2009.
Facebook was definitely 2007.
Oh, well, I didn't get on to 2009. So anyway, because I had a hood dude that was crazy.
So you couldn't get on.
I couldn't get on.
you was locked up. They won't let you.
I really was. He was like, "Don't get on no Facebook. That's to get men." You know what I'm saying? So that's what he said. I'm telling you. He was like, "You trying to find a nigga?"
Oh, he thought it was a dating site.
Yeah.
Basically, it is these days.
Yeah, these days. I got a profile though. And a dating profile, y'all look me up. So I was addicted to Craigslist. And so still to this day, the first app that I open up is Craigslist.
Wow.
Yeah. And so I went on Craigslist and I scroll in the business section. And so I saw a listing and it says Class A child care facility, $10,000. And so this was right after Hurricane Katrina though.
So wait. So you've been had money.
Income tax check money. That ain't no money. So no, you gotta listen to the story.
No, listen, $10,000 to the average person.
We was balling, right?
Back then, that was money.
Girl,
now girl, go ahead. I ain't gonna even say it.
I say this all the time. I'm not, so that's why guys don't really want to talk to me. I think the idea of me is cute, but I'm not a $40 chick. I need $40,000.
I need 40 M's.
Right. So when you like, baby, what can I do to help you? 40,000 would help. It would. So not $40.
So you can't have limits on your Zelle, your cash, and all that.
No.
You gotta wire me some money.
Yeah. So, so Craigslist, Class A child care facility, $10,000. So I called the lady. I'm in Houston. And I say, hey, I want to purchase your daycare center. She's like, okay. So you got the funds? And I was like, that part. This is June or July. And I said, no, I don't have the money. And she said, well, I can't sell it to you. And I said,
how you gonna come purchase something without the money?
But because I just knew that lady was gonna say, yeah, come get it. Like, you know how we are entrepreneurs, we don't hear no.
Yeah.
We just know we're gonna make a way.
I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna have it by tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm gonna figure it out. So, but back then I didn't know how to figure shit out, right? And so all I knew is that for income tax time, I'm gonna have $10,000, right? And so I said, well, if you hold it for me, if I could put a deposit, I was like, I got $500. She was like, no, ma'am. So she said, if it's still here in January when you get your income tax, then you can have it. And better believe it was there.
It was yours.
It was already mine. I claimed it. Yeah. So in January, I remember getting my W-2s, baby. I was like, yes! And I called the lady. I said, I got the check. And she was like, come on. And I got a loan, right? And then I had some other little funds. You know, we keep money under the pillow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They call it mattress money.
Mattress money, right? And so I came down here, drove New Orleans, and wrote a cashier check. And rest was history. My family has never worked for anybody since that day in 2007.
Okay, shout out to the Love Center Daycare.
Period.
If you have kids, make sure your kids are enrolled at the Love Center Daycare, owned by one and only Miss Mayor.
Yes,
Melika Honore
and her family. Yes,
that is beautiful. That's a wonderful legacy you have there from starting your entrepreneurship journey. But what keeps you motivated?
Legacy.
Okay, talk about that a little bit.
So people think I'm crazy. I have conversations with
I don't think you're crazy.
Oh, okay, thank you, because you're crazy. That's why. Crazy people get crazy people.
Never think crazy people is crazy.
But we crazy. I'm gonna just keep it real, Dricka. Who does the shit that we do? We give up 9 to 5 to work 9 to 12 midnight.
So sometimes, listen, I get up at 3 a.m. every single day. Mornings looks like devotional for me. After we do devotional, we normally go ahead and I do my prayers. I get my kids up. I bring my godkids to school. I bring my daughter, my nephews. It's like magic school bus in the morning. So my mornings look a little different every day. And then once that happens, I take an hour to myself. Yeah. And normally I meditate, I pray before I even get on Instagram and do all of that stuff. Because, we got some behind the scenes stuff going on. But after that, I just stay in routine. Like some days I go on a radio show. Some days I go straight to the office, but I don't accept clients within my first few hours of being in the office. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because, I don't accept clients my first few hours of being in the office just because I need that peace.
You do. You need that time. I mean?
I need that time. And then what motivates me the most is not having to tell my daughter no.
Ooh.
I don't want to tell you to wait. I don't want to tell you to no, not right now. Wait till I get paid.
Yeah.
None of that.
And for me, I think that I just want to be available.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
So if you have a basketball game at 3 p.m., I should be there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't need to wait on, can you go to the game? Can you? Because she's looking for my face.
Yeah. And that's one thing my staff can tell you. Like, I created businesses for what I desired in an employer. And so my staff knows this, that at any time, if you have something with your children, the answer is yes.
Right. You don't even have to ask.
You don't have to ask.
Just let me know. I'm big on letting me know. And I'm glad you said that because my last job in corporate, I basically was like, I never want to feel like this. I never want my employees to feel how I feel like. And it wasn't that I was like stressed. It wasn't a stressed out job or nothing like that. It was just like, I'm just another number.
Yeah.
And most jobs, you're just another number.
You're another number.
And
that's
so we pay well. We offer bonuses. We offer all kind of things in our businesses that's competing big time with big businesses, right? Even if they don't want to admit it.
Yeah.
We're in big competition with the big boys.
Yeah.
Right? We are the big boys.
We are.
In our industries. You know what I'm saying? So people look up to us.
Yeah.
They want to follow our lead. Like, you can literally build credit offices all over.
You
can build nurseries all over.
Yeah.
I'm building tax offices all over the world.
Right.
Because I never want nobody to feel like I felt at that moment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
and I feel like that's legacy to me because my daughter knows how to do tax. Both of them.
Yeah.
They know how to do taxes. 11 and 16.
What? And so my children know about credit. I can tell you they could come up with a rule of 72 in their hand.
Yes.
But legacy. I have someone I was talking about me being a little bit crazy. I have conversations with my great grandchildren. And so I often, when I first started this journey, we do family meetings, me and my children.
Yes.
They know how much money I make.
Exactly. I think they should.
They should.
We didn't as kids.
Because our parents thought that was something that they shouldn't talk to us about. Like, so we never knew. We thought that miracles was happening. We didn't realize
they was breaking their backs.
Yes, they were breaking their backs, right? And so I tell my children how much money I make, what my expenses are. They know it all. And so my children, I always said this, they're gonna be some dope ass owners, let me say that, and CEOs, because they have something that I don't. They tell me all the time when I show them the numbers, and it's like, well, we need to cut.
But you need to work too.
Yeah.
Because we both, Christians. And so my pastor always says, if you don't work, you don't eat, right? And that's in the Bible.
Yeah, it is.
So I can't keep bringing you to church every Sunday and you not learning nothing.
That's right.
I can't wake up in the morning and I'm praying and you not praying.
And you're not praying.
I can't play trap music and you don't know gospel.
Yeah, that's
you know what I'm saying? So everything that we're doing, we're modeling for them so that they can be better citizens. So I'm sure you get it all the time that your kids' teachers tell you have some amazing sons.
All the time.
All the time.
And that's listen. That's my dust my shoulders off.
Exactly.
Like when my people come to me on the streets saying, Melika, let me just say this, and they'll say, maybe you don't know. I say, I know.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I know.
I want to tell you,
I know
your children are amazing. They often say that your children brag about you.
Mm-hmm.
Like that makes me feel good, and I know that's one of the things. And I work my ass off. I ain't gonna lie, to be on this pedestal because they deserve it.
They do,
right? They deserve to have a mama to brag on, right? And so I take great pride in that. Just like I could dust my shoulders off, they could dust their shoulders off about their mama. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So that's my why. I used to think it was them.
Oh, get into it. Because I used to say that on the interview.
It's my children.
Like, what's your why? My kids.
Yeah.
No, it's not. Nope. That's not your why. It can't be. Nope. Because guess what? Your kids gonna get grown and gone.
And listen, I'm going through that right now, y'all. My children is like, Mama, we about to leave. And I'm like, well, what do I do? Right? But what if I made my why them? Mm-hmm. It's bigger than them, Dree. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know about you, but I don't work this hard for just me.
Exactly. Or just them.
For just them. Mm-hmm. Right? We the Black Rockefellers.
That boy.
You know what I'm saying? And so it's bigger than them. And so I'm teaching them how to build up a trust. I'm teaching them how we build these life insurance policy and fund the trust. These children gonna be some dope ass bosses.
Exactly.
Right? And so and I just want my children to be happy. So my little one is always saying, oh, I don't want that entrepreneurship. You work too hard. Mm-hmm. But the older one is like, nah, we gonna do this. But I want them to be happy in whatever that looks like. But I want my children to walk on this planet with a leg up and not coming from the back.
Right. Not figuring it out.
Not figuring that shit
out. As entrepreneurs, a lot of times we figured it out.
You know that. We jump and figure that shit out on the way down.
Yeah. on the way up.
On the way up.
On the way up. On the way up. On the way is up.
Yeah.
Even if you take an L, you still going up.
You still going up.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I just feel like a lot of times we don't think about everything that entrepreneurship entails, right? We just think about, oh, I have an idea. How can I execute this idea?
That makes us crazy though.
But we try to build teams. What happens when a team fails?
Oh man.
Have you ever had like team failures and you're like, man?
But nobody, so all the masterminds that we in, nobody talks about that. Like scaling a company, you know, we and you talk about that.
We talk about it because we live it.
We're living it.
A lot of people are entrepreneurs and they still solopreneurs. Yeah. And we're actually building legacies, showing you that you need a team.
You have to.
The business of you is a team.
Is a team. You see my Jamara over there.
You see what I'm saying?
A full-time job is to make sure that I'm cared for.
The business of me is a team. I need you to tell me where I need to be. I need you to think what I'm going to think next.
Ahead of me.
I need you to come up with a new concept or idea and tell, what you think about this, Dricka? Let's try this. Yeah. Or what you think about this approach? Let's try this. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be the person that always has to. Mm-hmm.
And you know what? That's the truth. And I tell my team, they know not to bring no little shit my way.
Please don't.
I said I need to focus on paying y'all and generating money.
That's it.
I only want to focus on bringing in money and making sure I pay y'all. That's it.
I need y'all to execute on the other side of that and make sure that my customers and clients are taken care of.
Yeah.
I need y'all to execute and make sure that customer service is number one.
Number one.
Every single time.
That's right.
I need y'all to follow up.
Yeah.
Right. I had an assistant from the Philippines. Mm-hmm. Right. Follow up and make me an extra $50,000. I wouldn't have been able to follow up and get the extra $50,000 because I have so many moving pieces to everything that I'm doing. And at that time, I was building a whole nother business. Wow. On top of building a podcast, on top of, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so definitely one of the pieces that I looked at was he was a college graduate and he also had a connections experience.
Oh, yeah.
That's big.
Yeah, oh, that is big.
Because now you already know I could keep calling. Mm-hmm. I know how to collect. Yeah. I know how to negotiate.
Yeah.
All of those things, that was really good qualities and skills that you already had. Yeah. I could teach you the game.
So this is a podcast right here. Talking about building a team.
Yeah, you need to hire people for your weaknesses.
And I said that you need to hire people smarter than you.
You do.
You know?
But let's say for example, right? If you are weak on graphics, you don't need to spend 10 hours trying to do one flyer.
No. Shout out to Jamie, but I ain't never do a flyer.
and you done changed your class. Exactly.
But I know how.
You need to hire, but you know now what you need to look for, right? You don't need to do it, but you need to know how to do it.
I have no desire to do it.
I don't want to do it, but I need to know how to do it because I don't want to panic and if you're not there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
capital.
So okay, think
that's
about
a whole nother situation.
Let's
That's what I do.
Well, I mean, when people say hiring a team, capital.
We need the money, right? We need to already be generating the money before we hire the team.
Because
a lot of times we try to hire people and we ain't got the money to pay us.
them.
We ain't got the money to pay us.
No, you're right.
And you want to bring somebody else in that you can't pay.
Yeah.
It's not making sense.
So let's talk about that. Like, what should be the first hire? I know what I think. What should be your first hire? You know, we get this all around the world. What would be your first hire?
I think it depends on the industry. If it's e-commerce, I think your first hire should be an assistant. Somebody that's going to be able to follow up on packing, shipping, customer service emails, chatting with people if they have a chat option on your website. That's e-com. But if it's a service, somebody could be your virtual assistant, following up on emails, sending recaps, calling, booking appointments, those type of things. But anything that's a non-revenue generating activity, that would be an assistant's job, right? Because the assistant is not here to generate you revenue.
Yeah.
You can come up with the idea to generate the revenue. However, the assistant can assist you with getting the money in.
And for me, you're exactly right. It depends on what industry you're in. So when I think about the child care, right, I think about enrollment.
Everything straight.
Yeah, I think so. All right, we're back with Convos. I am Dricka Carter, and this is
Melika in the building, your mayor of credit.
And we're gonna pick it back up on who to hire first in building your team. Yeah. So who do you think should be the first hire?
So you said it earlier. It depends on the industry. So I'm thinking about my daycares, and for my daycares, it was a director.
Okay.
Because I can be a teacher. Mm-hmm. Right.
But you don't want to be a teacher.
I don't, but I'm thinking about I'm thinking about back in the day when I first started. Remember, I started with an income tax.
Made me think about something else. Go ahead.
And so a $10,000 income tax check, that's what she wanted. That's all I had. Mm-hmm. I didn't know how I was going to pay her next month rent.
You wasn't thinking about all that.
I wasn't
thinking about it. You started your business. You had your LLC, like they say.
Baby, and listen, what you saying, we start this and we jump and we figure it out all the way up, right? Mm-hmm. And so I knew I could be a teacher, like for me. And so I needed a director because I needed her to focus on enrollment and getting children.
Correct.
So for that, I could, and as the owner, I could play the position as a teacher, but I didn't know. I mean, I never worked at a daycare. Ever.
But the true part is, normally when you think daycare, or you think about somebody owning a daycare, you think home-based. Or I keep a couple kids. I got a little playhouse in the backyard.
I busted my first. I busted wide open with a Class A center, right?
Exactly.
So
a center,
not a home.
Think about entrepreneurship as a child care center.
Yeah.
They're not thinking about that.
I don't think they think that big. Like, I can't help it. And I posted that on Facebook. I can't help it that I think only big.
I only think big. Me too. That's big.
That's it. And so that was for that. Now for Honore, I wanted to, and I did this, I wanted to hire people to do the shit that I had no desire to do.
Correct.
Because I needed that removed off of me because the energy in me. So I was always on the phone with the daycare centers. So I sound like a robot. I sound like I had
didn't want to be there anymore.
I no longer wanted to answer the phone. And so my first hire was a customer service person because I knew sales. I could sell it. But I didn't want to be on the phone with my clients every single day. So my first person was a client success specialist.
Absolutely. I agree with that.
Yeah.
So what about if there's an office? Like, for instance, I love your story about just starting out with an income tax check, right? That's one thing I love. But also starting a tax business without doing taxes.
Oh, that's me, y'all.
That's big. Like, I push that so much because, of course, I build tax firms, right? Yeah. I'm the number one tax firm builder. However, I want to push the narrative of you can own a tax office and not do taxes.
And she shade me, y'all. Let me just say this.
I'm not, but I mean,
I'm joking. You know,
so many people don't know that you can,
no.
Right? They just feel like I have to be the boss and a worker. I think it's some kind of syndrome.
It is. I think that we kind of feel bad. You know what I'm saying? That's embedded in us that we have to work.
We gotta grind.
Yeah, we gotta grind. We gotta hustle. Like, right?
So when does the grind end?
So I gotta give a shout out to my community, which is Relaunch and She Hustle Society. Please. Right? If we're on Facebook, we're a Facebook group, so make sure y'all go check us out.
But I'm in there, y'all gotta get
she already in there. Relaunching. And so I believe there's hustle for seasons.
Oh,
right? Nobody wants to fucking hustle 24 hours a day forever.
It got to end. When you think hustling,
I think in the street. Listen, I you know the memes all over. I gotta stop spending like a drug dealer. I think that I have.
I'm gonna get it right back. I know I'm gonna make money tomorrow. I'm not thinking about that.
That's what we think like that. We make money every day.
We think like that, but the people that's not making money every day ain't thinking like that.
No.
They feel like, where my next dollar gonna come from?
Right.
How I'm gonna make this happen? How I'm gonna pay my bill? How I'm gonna pay this, and then an emergency came up.
Ooh.
Now what?
Man. But hustle is a season. Like, we know that. We all know, Drake knows. My desire is to work 4 hours a week.
That's it.
I just want to look cute and do podcasts with Drake.
So wait, you ever read the 12-week year?
You know I fucking did.
Oh my God.
You know I did. But listen, I'm going to tell you the new book I'm on.
Go ahead.
Pinky.
Cool.
The slutty vegan.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that sucker cold. I sent it to everybody this morning. I sent it to Jamal.
I ain't get the text.
I'm gonna send it to you.
That
audible.
She just said I was shading her. Now she shading.
Listen,
send me the book.
I was thinking about everybody that asked me about a book. You ain't never asked me about a book.
Girl, we got a whole book club. See what I'm saying? Girl, be your own
I'm gonna send
friend.
it to you today.
All right.
Coach Drake, I got you. But look, I believe that hustling is a season. Like now, we're in a hustle season.
Because of one of the industries that we in.
Right.
All the rest of our business is on auto.
That's right.
But this one,
right.
especially about us being the face, everybody, like I have a bag full of tax returns right now. My phone, you just heard my phone ringing, interrupting us.
Uninterrupted.
Because they feel like it's tax season. She at the office, they automatically feel like that. But I've conditioned everybody to feel like, oh, it's tax season. She there. I ain't even got to think. That's what she at. They don't feel like I have a life when it comes.
But y'all don't know this but Drake closes her doors after tax season and she's on vacate.
I be gone.
She be gone. And so when we talk about seasons, you hustle. I believe you got that. There's a time to hustle, but there's a time.
I love this.
Me too.
I love it. Y'all. You was in Tulum.
Yeah.
You know, I want to be a tax.
Yeah.
If I could.
Yeah, you would. And I just love money. I'm just keeping it 100. Wherever there's money, I need it. I need it. And I like daily money. I have this drug dealer syndrome and never sold drugs for the record. But actually, I did.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
We're not going to get a pink in here.
No, I really did. So my first business, I told my staff that I was selling weed at 17 years old. Mm-hmm. That was my first business, for real. And I built a team then, girl.
First of all, wait, the funny part is you raising Canaan over here.
I sold marijuana.
You want to hear something funny?
Come on.
I have 8 weeks left of school to get my cannabis license.
I can help
right
you
now. That's $1 billion industry. That's a story for another.
So, because it's a $1
billion industry,
and we listen. We're going to talk about that another time because I was going off with a lobbyist earlier today and fussing about that because, but anyway, we'll talk about that another time. But yeah, that was my first business drink. I sold weed.
Okay.
And I built a team. That's the first time I think I said it on a podcast.
I think,
yeah.
But let me tell you how crazy it is. Right now, this year, before I enrolled in school, I told my mom, oh yeah, I'm about to sell weed.
You better.
And it was like,
you better.
I'm about to sell weed.
Yeah.
I say, oh no, but now you think.
Right. Yeah.
Just wait on it.
Just wait on it.
They like you said, they know we crazy.
I'm gonna be your customer.
They know we radical. They know we radical, so they knew.
Yeah.
Okay. Something gotta give from this. I already we make our parents so proud.
We do.
You know what I'm saying? And our kids make us so proud in return. Like we probably was bad kids, got away with a whole lot of stuff.
I was flipped as a motherfucker.
I'm still flipped. I get into it with people every day because of my tone and how passionate I am about a lot of stuff. Yeah. And I'm like, I'm not talking to you no kind of way, but this is how I talk. And if you tell me my goal is this, you can't come to me, Melika, and say, Drake, my goal is to make 6 figures and you ain't doing shit. Because I'm going to be like, what the fuck you mean your goal is 6 figures and you ain't making $6 yet?
So that's why I can't be a coach, right? Mm-hmm. I'm a consultant and a mentor. Mm-hmm. You never see me calling myself a coach because I can't deal with mindset shit. So y'all coaches gotta coach people to believe that they believe it and they deserve it. Like, bitch, do you want it or not?
Is it in yours?
Is it in you or not? And so I can't deal with that. Like, well, I don't know, bitch. Like, I can't do it.
All that second guessing. I hate so what if?
No, bitch. But what if?
What if?
But what if?
But what if?
You see what I'm saying? But what if? What if? So my what if and their what if is completely different.
But it's about perspective
and mindset.
It is.
Yeah.
I feel like you gotta have the mindset. Sometimes your mindset can be built, but you gonna always
revert back. Gotta have it.
You gonna always revert back to what you initially knew. You know how much stupid shit we learned as kids
as children
does not apply as an adult.
Yeah, I was called stupid every day of my life.
Oh,
every fucking day of my life.
But you're so smart.
I'm a fucking genius.
Is
yeah, I'm a genius. But I was called stupid because, and my friend told me to stop saying this. So I don't say no. Look what he said. Stop saying that you were stupid. I said you're right, and he said just say that you didn't do academically well in school because I always been smart. Listen, I did well in history. I love learning history.
But you like what you like, and sometimes you gravitate towards what you like. Like I could dig into the IRS site all day and tell you, oh, boom, 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 find this here. I know the software in and out. I know all. I know that. I know. I don't have to be on the phone. I don't have to do. You have to be doing something wrong if you're not getting the results that I'm telling you to do.
Right.
And I'm the same way in business. It's not just with taxes. Okay, did you do this? Because I have success stories. You met some of them, right? Okay.
And I am.
We was in another country, right? So you met some of them, and then you became one. So I didn't have to teach you that. You already knew. Damn, she knows she's talking about. She's successful. I have no choice but to invest.
And what I say, I'm gonna follow your blueprint.
And that's
whatever you do, I'm doing.
And that's it.
That's it.
It's no veering off. Now, I'm not saying don't have your own motion and put your uniqueness to it, but you gotta follow the blueprint. If you go off pat, you can't tell me, okay, this is why I worked because I followed your blueprint, but I just turned left.
That's right.
You ain't follow the blueprint. If the blueprint told you to turn right and you went left, you went off the grid.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to think about that when it comes down to, oh, I'm starting a business, or I want to build my business and I want to build my business credit. Prime example, somebody enrolls into your credit program and you tell them don't apply for nothing and they apply for it anyway. As soon as they see them scores creep up.
And what they going to say?
Oh, I went apply for a car. Now you got 48 new inquiries.
And then you're not doing your job. Honore Credit didn't do this. Honore, but what you didn't do. They're not saying that.
Are you a good consumer?
Right. Oh, that's so good.
Oh, that's big because I know I'm probably a bad consumer. Yeah. With my hairdressers or whoever.
Listen, but what does that mean?
I'm busy because I'm not going to book online.
Me?
I'm going to call you and say, you got to be available. We got to work together because I'm busy. I know you busy. I ain't going to expect you to drop everything. Right. If I'm coming to you, like most, I'm very loyal.
Yeah.
And whoever been doing my makeup, I've been going to them over 10 years. Whoever been doing my hair, I've been going to them over 10 years. I'm that loyal. Like we're in a relationship. I need you to show a relationship up for me. Yeah. When, especially a lot of times I'm on camera, yo. Yeah. So I can't be jumping in front of the camera looking any kind of way.
No.
They gonna say, girl, you seen Big Dricka? That's TMZ.
Listen, my stylist, Jamie and Ashley be in my live saying, Melika, be on your way. Because my legs go to lifting and shit.
Shout out to Jamie. Jamie just did this.
And they be like, they know I do your hair. You need to be on your way. I be like, no, they need to hear this.
Right, but I'm busy. And it's real life. We don't always show up aesthetically. No, I'm in sweats.
Yeah.
I ain't have time to change the day. Yeah. We being real, right? Because I'm working.
We working. This is our hustle season.
Yeah.
We talk about that.
When we leave here, what's next?
Q3 or 4, you can't find Dricka.
I'm gone. My husband just sent the family group message. We got a trip April something. That's right after tax season. Yeah. He already know. I gotta make sure we check out because this. We already know. Like he tried to put me out in tax season sometime. Like last year I moved a little bit, but it's like I trust people, but people still only want me.
Yeah.
And I know you deal with that a lot. Like people see you and they're like, I want to talk to Melika.
Oh, and Melika need to do my credit. And I said, and she can, but you're gonna be taxed.
You're gonna pay the premium fee.
Because I only want to work 4 hours.
Yeah.
I need y'all to get that. Like again, I've been doing this
4 hours a week.
4 hours
not a day.
Not a day. I want to work 4 hours a week. I really do. And I deserve that shit. Like I've been in this 17 years street. I'm not new to this.
At all. And I'm right behind you at 11. Like entrepreneurship, 17 years. Think about that. Years. That's somebody's life.
Yeah, it is.
I have not worked a job for nobody since I've been in entrepreneurship. Like that is big. Yeah, I'm not 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
No. So I said 100%. So in case y'all don't 100%, I'm
figuring it out.
I'm figuring this shit up. That's what Dricka say, right? 100% self-employed, working for myself in my whole
Family. Talk about it.
Like, you know, so this is a great thing about what I get to do. I get to talk on stages about how you should hire your family.
Right.
And I've given and written a blueprint on what works for my family. I often say this shit not easy. I ain't gonna say that.
It's not.
My mama cuss me out every day.
It is work.
It's work. But my family desires and deserves this as well. Remember, I'm not just doing this for me. I'm not just doing this for my children, but I'm doing this for a legacy.
How many generations? The children's
children. The children. 8. We working on 8 generations in my mind.
Yes.
Right. So I'm not gonna be here to see these children.
But they gonna know about Big Mama.
They gonna big leak. They gonna know about Big Leak, not Big Beach, Big Leak. You heard me? They gonna know about me. You know what I'm saying? So when they talk about Rockefeller family, they gonna talk about Big Leak.
Exactly.
She was a whole gangster out here.
And my grandma used to sell weed.
And I used to sell weed. I'm a real gangster from the 7 Wards. You heard me? Hard head.
Girl, that's some Warden shit.
For real, you know.
But I love that because a lot of people don't get to see this side of us, and they feel like we all business. So when we do stuff, regular stuff, they like, oh, she really, you cool. And just like you just said, I'm influential, right? You influential. That's why you here. Yeah. Not just to talk about certain things, but to show people it can be done.
It can be. And that you deserve this shit. Yes. Like that's my biggest thing is that you're deserving. Majority of your listeners are what? Entrepreneurs and inspiring entrepreneurs. So that's the main thing. Y'all got to get in your mind that you're deserving of an amazing life. You're deserving of freedom. You're deserving of wealth. Like I love money. I'm just, listen, the church folks always, and that's why I like my pastor, Bishop Love. Shout out to City of Love. Okay. Like he said, no, say you love money, right? Mm-hmm. Because I know I can't do none of this shit that I desire to do without money. Right. I give my money an assignment. Mm-hmm. My money loves.
Oh, you got to give your money an assignment. What kind of assignments you give your money?
So I give it all. I have a vacation assignment, right? Because I don't want to work 4 hours a week. I have an assignment too. I don't believe in having cash money.
Correct.
I don't believe
no debit cards.
No debit cards. I don't believe in having $100,000 saved in the bank. I need this money to work for me. Mm-hmm. So I give an assignment. So I had a lieu of cash, and I felt like this is not making me any money. I need to figure some shit out, right? And so I created a verdict. Right. And because remember, I love cash flow. I love daily money. Mm-hmm. And then I'm creating businesses for my children. Right. So the goal is to purchase this strip mall. I don't know if you knew that. Mm-hmm. And so I got in this building because I'm purchasing this strip mall.
Absolutely.
So the assignment for this lieu of cash that I have was to invest in my businesses and create new businesses. Mm-hmm. So and when I create bills for myself, I create another business as well.
Right. Because each business should be paying a bill.
They should be paying a bill.
But so business at first of all, before we even get there, your business has to be making enough money.
Oh yeah, that part.
Because I think we go over people's head.
We do,
right? Because they feel like, well, I have a business, and even with taxes, a lot of time I keep bringing back taxes, but people come to you and they're like, well, I have a business, and don't realize you have a business you're not paying taxes on until it's tax time. Mm-hmm. So if your business ain't making money to sustain you, right? If your business ain't making enough,
it's a hobby, not a business.
If your business is taking an L every year, you're in the red every year, you don't have a business. Yeah, it's an expensive hobby.
It is,
and we don't have time for no expensive ass hobby.
No, there's time for that shit at all. But I'm glad you said that because people will say, well, Dricka got 5 businesses, Melika got 5. So whenever, because you're a coach, I don't do the coaching shit, right? I stay in my zone of genius. And so I know you get that often when people say, well, I want to do this and I want to do that and I want to do that. And you have to say, focus on one thing at a time. The
first thing got to be thinking first. You had the love center popping before you had.
Right. I had the love center popping.
How many locations?
3.
Exactly.
So that location started popping. Then I bought another location. We were on a long waiting list. And I bought another. I had up to 5 daycares at one time. Right. But each one was on a waiting list before I went and got another one.
Right.
And another one.
And that's how I was with Airbnb. So you already know my Airbnb story. But like once I made the first 30K in Airbnb, I said, well, if I could make 30, I could make 100.
And you could
because I knew when I made my first 40K in taxes, I could make 100. Right. If I made 40, I could make 100.
It's a number.
And if that's the case, I don't need a job.
Yeah.
And so once I made my first 40K, I never worked for nobody else again. And the same thing happened when I did Airbnb. I made my first 30K, and that was like in 2 months of having an Airbnb unit. Right. If y'all never heard my Airbnb entry story, it was my anniversary. It was, matter of fact, it was like 2 weeks before my anniversary. And I was on live Sage was on live and she was saying, "Oh, get on this free master class to get an Airbnb, blah blah blah." So I get on there. I'm like, "Oh, I won't do this." So I start watching the guy, Justin, my coach, my Airbnb coach.
Shout out to Justin. I met him in Toulouse.
Yes, I'm watching and I'm listening to him and I'm like, "Okay, let me write my notes." So I bring it to my husband. So he like, "What we doing for our anniversary?" I say, "I don't want no gifts. I don't want nothing. I want to start this Airbnb business.
I want a business for my anniversary."
And that's what we did. That's what we did. We started our first Airbnb. And
so for Valentine's, if anybody want to buy me a Valentine's Day, I want a business. How about that? Oh, I'll take a billboard. I'll take a billboard. That's so real. So if y'all want to buy me something for Valentine's Day, buy me a billboard. Gotcha. You got it?
So we did that. And then, of course, I told you 2 months in, we hit 30K. And I'm like, good. This ain't just happened. Like, just imagine hitting 30K and it's tax season.
Yeah.
Oh, we eating. We need another one.
Real good.
We need another one.
Yeah.
So we went to Dallas to Houston and so on. From there, we had 5. At the end of the year, we had already made 100K just on Airbnbs that we don't own.
That you don't fucking own. That part. Did y'all hear that?
That we don't own. It's
that
crazy.
She don't. So she got a whole real estate mogul profile and she don't own.
Don't own.
That's dope, dude.
Right. So that was that. And then of course, I always look back at how taxes has opened doors for me to start and grow
other businesses. So they don't know that too.
Right.
Because I used to leverage it, the daycare center, leveraged it, that's so simple create words. I leverage all of my things from the daycare centers and I take the capital and move it over to another business.
Okay.
Right. And so that's what they don't know too either. Like I look like this person that has all of this shit going on. But again, like we said, I do, right? But I'm smart enough to leverage each business and create another business. But like Coach Dricka said, I waited until those were popping and generating mega money before I moved over and did some of that.
That's big too, because another thing I wanted to mention is a lot of people think that they could just get business credit when they're down.
That's when you can't get it.
I'm running out of money, so let me just try to get business credit or a grant or a loan or funding or whatever. But you need to get it while you up.
So you should always be always open. So that's the one thing that I teach my people. Always be open to receiving funding, even if you don't need it.
Exactly.
Right? Because that's the opportunity to get it, because guess what happens? You have great credit.
And you could use the credit and not use your cash.
That's cash.
I hope y'all catching it.
I love my cash flowing. They call it cash flow for a reason.
Exactly, because it's supposed to be flowing.
It's supposed to be flowing. Money is energy, y'all.
It is. Energy is currency.
And it's always flowing and moving. And I love it so much. Did I say that?
One more thing. So we're talking about multiple businesses. We're talking about serial entrepreneurship. But people need to understand that you can have several different incomes coming from one business.
You can.
So for example, your daycare, you can be generating money from one tuition, registration fees, uniforms, PE uniforms, field trips, lunch plans, like any upgrades to the daycare can be additional streams of income, right? People don't think about that.
Our biggest stream of income from the daycare centers is we do a Mardi Gras ball.
Oh,
and it's a fundraiser.
So they do ads?
They do ads. Okay. They raising money to be the king and queen of each location.
Okay.
And then we do a ball. So it's a big deal. So we do a Mardi Gras parade, and it's February 16th for people that's here in New Orleans on Bienville Street, 2733. So we do a Love Center Mardi Gras parade. We have the floats out there. We have the king and queen.
I know the kids enjoy that.
And the next day we do a ball. So it's like the Zulu ball for little
kids. Oh, that's so cute. I just love the Love Center. How they
Yeah, it is. I love that. But yeah, that's one of our. So we are definitely doing that, and then we receive grant money from the federal government to feed the children. That's a whole check. Like
so how good the children be eating? Because I saw on Twitter the other day that the kids was eating yaki.
But our children eat gumbo on Fridays. Listen, my mama's something, y'all.
I never had
no chicken and sausage. I didn't have I had grilled cheese and pizza. And when I was in school, now these children, they think they 4-course meals and shit. Like it's seafood gumbo too. It's not chicken and sausage gumbo.
Lord.
Yeah, them children eat good. And grilled cheese. I said when I was in daycare, I just was eating the grilled cheese.
Right.
That was it.
And fruit.
And then milk. That part.
And milk. We have no choice. It was milk with everything. With milk for everything.
Yeah.
You gotta get that milk, even if you don't drink it.
Even if you don't drink it. Listen, I tell my mama that. She thought, y'all gotta drink that. That's not our job. Our job is to just place
Give
it in
it
front of their
to
face. If they drink it or not, that's their choice. You know, we're in this choice movement
Oh
with
God,
children.
we didn't have choices.
We didn't have choices.
So, all right. So about that, we didn't have choices as kids, but now we have choices as adults. How it's hard to transition yourself into that if you're not teaching your
But that's why I
children
teach my
now
children.
that they have choices.
So I'm the children that they say my children is a little bit disrespectful because
I wouldn't think so though.
but because their opinion matters.
It
No,
does.
you're not gonna shut them up.
Exactly.
Whatever they want to say, shut up. Y'all need to listen to what they're saying, right?
Exactly.
And so we gonna go on a whole nother because that was the problem that we had back in the day,
Mhm.
right? Because we shut our
Because you
children up.
just had to do what I said
No.
because I said so.
No,
Mhm.
but you can learn something. I know your children. I learn shit from my children
All the
every
time.
day.
Oh,
So no, I don't shut my children up. And so
Yeah, me neither.
listen. I often, when my children, people always say you in this white way of raising your children.
Oh my God.
They do. They say that. So if my children say they don't want to go to school, they can say
They
that.
have a mental health day. I do that too. I do.
You don't want to go to school, stay home. Yeah.
You're not feeling it today? Yeah.
Yeah.
We give them, and now it's not gonna be every day.
No.
But I feel like they enjoy school enough to it's not gonna be every day.
Mm-mm.
So the day that you want, good. I don't feel like getting up either to bring you. So
No.
that's fine.
But that wasn't for me. I had to go to school. So rain, sleet, or snow. Well, we don't snow in New Orleans, but you know what I mean. I had to go to school no matter what. So I give them those choices,
Mhm.
right? But I am raising little entrepreneurs.
Right.
I'm not raising workers. I'm not raising people, to have people think for them. I'm raising, and again, if they choose or not to in this world, because my baby son said this is too much work. They ain't doing it. But I'm raising little bosses, and so
Right.
they get to choose. Like you get to work if you want, if you're not. Now you might be broke if you don't work,
Mm-hmm.
right? But
Right.
that's your choice, and you get to make that choice, and that's a decision that you make.
Exactly. And I also feel like, okay, so I ain't gonna say what I feel. I want to ask you.
Okay.
You tell me, what do you think the difference in mindset of a worker versus an entrepreneur?
Oh, that's a good one.
Because you worked the job before. I worked the job before, but you've been entrepreneur way longer than you worked the job.
Right.
So our mindset has changed. Even at work, we probably was exceeding everything that they expected us to do. You know what I'm saying? But now it's like, okay, who am I exceeding now? Because I'm the boss. I'm up here. They trying to exceed me. So, and I'm big on saying, and it might be, it's radical, right?
It is radical.
Crazy radical, whatever you want to call it. But I'm always saying, if you're not trying to outwork me, you on the wrong team. Like, this ain't where you need to be.
Listen, so that's how I feel. So that's why I get disgusted with my team. And I love them to death.
Because they treat it like a job. And I want you to love what you do.
But and so I'm gonna answer that question. But I didn't do that when I was a worker, right? When I worked, and so that's why I knew I always was destined to be an entrepreneur. But as a 12-year-old girl, I didn't process that, right? But I knew I was just different, and I thought differently. And so I think the mindset thing is that we always see opportunity.
Yes.
Always.
Like we could just be driving up the street and you're like, oh, that building would be good for
As
blah,
this.
blah, blah.
And I actually posted that. I ride up and down places and I see a building for lease and I'm like, oh, that would be a dope this.
I
We always
I see everything.
Possibility. We always see opportunities, right? We don't see no, we can't do it. We just try to figure out how to do it. So I think that's the difference in mindset. We don't see, like, I dream big. I can't dream small.
I do.
Right?
You gotta see it.
You gotta see it, but I smell that shit. Listen, when I see something, I go to touching it. You know what I'm saying? And listen to me, I'm touching it. I go to touching it.
You gotta envision it.
Envision it. I see my office. I see the chill. Whatever it is, I see. I don't have no experience in opening up in a restaurant in a lounge, but I saw a dope ass vibe that New Orleans East deserved.
Exactly.
Right.
It's such a vibe. I had my birthday party.
We tore it
I
down.
closed the building.
Baby, she bought it out.
The whole building.
The whole building out. She closed it out.
You was closed that day too.
We were. And none but the boss could fucking open having me open when we closed. I'm just saying.
And see, like, I like exclusivity like that. You know what I'm saying? Being able to just pick up the phone and say, hey, can we open your bar? I need food, I need drinks, I need the
and for the right amount, I'm gonna say yes.
And we're gonna do
whatever
it.
You like.
And we did it. And we did it. The service was amazing, the drinks was flowing. Don't even talk about the drinks.
Baby, we had fun. I ain't gonna lie. I remember that. We was
rolled.
all on the chairs and
we rolled
on top of the bar. The night wall was in the building that night. That was Drink. Big Drink, not the little one.
You have anything you want to say before we play our game?
You know what? I was trying to think about that. If you would ask me, you know, I'm a girl from New Orleans, right? I want people to know that I am you. Like, I'm standing before you with multiple 7-figure businesses, and I'm a girl from New Orleans that started her amazing legacy business with an income tax check.
Yes.
And so y'all need, and I say this often, Dree, you know, I was educated and learning what income tax returns were created for. And it was created to help Black people and people get out of poverty.
Poverty, right.
So I want you to start thinking when y'all, so we all, the IRS is open. It opened on the 29th, which was yesterday, right?
Yeah, 2 days.
Right? When you get your tax refunds, and I'm going to tell you, you need to start thinking about what you can do with this money to make sure that your family never works for anybody and you are generating a legacy.
So what about the people that don't have family and don't have anybody? What can they do for themselves versus thinking about a legacy? They're just thinking about themselves right now. What should they be doing?
As a consumer, self-care, you can invest in yourself. But listen, personal development, you don't have to want to operate a business.
Right.
Because I'm going to just be real with you. This shit is for gangsters. Like, this can't be, we cute, right? We are, you know, but this shit is for gangsters. And everybody cannot do this. And I'm not one of those crazy people that believes that everybody can. But even personal development, right? We talking about mindset. Once you change your mindset, you change your whole life. And you changes your family lives. So if it's not starting with you, let it start with your children. But it starts with you with changing your mindset. So investing in yourself, going on trips, getting out of the country, right? Seeing other things. Then you get to see, me and Annette always say, the nerve of these people not to speak English. Like, for real, you don't realize that how close-minded we are. We go in other parts of the country and they don't speak English, and we like, bitch, you cheeky. Like, you need to speak that language. And so one of my goals is to learn how to speak Spanish, because that's the world.
It's essential right now.
It is. And so I know a few words.
Hola.
Hola. I got hola. Listen, I'm so ignorant when I go other places. I'm saying hola, and they be like, Melika, we're not in the Spanish speaking country. Right? But the nerve of these people. So allowing yourself to experience the other world, you deserve this.
You really do.
God wants us on this earth living a prosperous, amazing life. This life don't have to be hard. So that's what I wanted y'all to get. That was a lot.
That was good. No, that was amazing. So we always play a game.
What game? Now I'm scared.
Don't be scared.
All right.
But it's impulsive. So I don't want you to think. I just want you to choose whatever comes to mind. I'm going to give you 2 options. Okay?
Okay.
It's called this or that. All right? You can't think. You can't choose.
I'm trying not to think. Okay.
You can't choose both.
Okay.
You ready?
Yes.
All right. So summer or spring?
Summer.
Winter or spring?
Spring.
Hills or flats?
Hills.
Drinks or movies?
Drinks. I'm not a Netflix and chill chick.
I was just about to say date or Netflix and chill.
Date.
You getting dressed up and going out?
Dressed up. I'm outside. It's nothing, everything that you said was all outside. My answers was consistent. That's for sure.
That's cool. What about cruise or flight?
Flights.
Nobody don't want to go on a cruise.
I like cruises though.
I like
and then when I bring my children, because it's a city, on a boat, and they feel like they're grown-ups.
I give them go do whatever they want.
And them children come
inside
2 3 in the morning.
Oh Lord, they don't know how to act.
Yeah,
I love that.
So I do love cruises, and it's an expensive way to bring your whole family.
It is
out of the country.
It is. What about entrepreneurship or work?
Entrepreneurship all day.
Credit or cash?
Credit. I'm the credit chick. I don't believe it. Listen, yeah, credit all day. It gives you power.
Okay. Why though? How?
It gives you access. Remember, I'm an access girl. Credit gives you power. I'm a 7-wall hardhead. There was no way at $10 an hour I can save cash to do the shit that I'm doing.
Not at all.
There was no way possible.
You can't save 20.
I can't save 20,000. I'm joking, actually. But at this time, and you know what? I'm so forever grateful because when we were talking about this earlier, I realized that I'm disconnected. I remember my goal was to save $500
because I don't think we are disconnected, but I feel like we in our zone.
Yeah,
and so you got to come to my world.
Yeah,
everything outside of me is outside of my world.
Yeah.
So,
but you remember that? You ever had that problem where you couldn't even save $500?
Yeah.
I remember that shit. And it
girl,
wasn't
when
that
I
long
started
ago.
my tax company, I went in half with one of my friends for $99 tax business.
That's so good. You need to tell that story.
I didn't have no money. We both, well, her husband was incarcerated at the time, and I just had lost my job, and so it was like, you got $50, I got $50. Let's start this tax company. And I took my last check. I went opened up my tax office. At this time, I already was doing taxes, but I wasn't running it like a business. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so I was just making money. Yeah, I was just making money, and I'm like, okay, a couple of $1,000. But when I started to track it, was when I got my actual office 6 years after I started my business, and that was when I made my first $40,000 doing taxes after 6 years.
Do you tell that story? Because I never heard that story.
I don't. You only hear the story when I started with 6 clients.
Yeah.
But I mean, consistency, look where I'm at now. We do thousands of returns. Like the first week this year, we did over 2,000 returns.
Right.
And that was just the first week of tax season. Yeah. It's billions of people in the world. Yeah. You think I'm running about
8 billion to be exact.
Just New Orleans?
Yeah.
No, indeed, no. This is why I tell people I can serve all 50 states. You know what I'm saying? All right, so that's just a little. You got to get to know me. You got to follow us. Yeah. Wait, where can they follow you at?
So you can follow me on the gram at IAM Melika MELIKA HONORE. So I am Melika Honore. I'm on the book because I'm old. Facebook Melika, same thing. Melika Honore, MELIKA Honore HONORE. And I got a TikTok, baby. It's the mayor of credit.
You be dancing?
Yeah, I do a little sexy dance.
I don't be dancing on TikTok.
I be dancing. Listen, I'm a jose, you know that. I jose all day.
All right, last question. This one word to describe where you are right now.
At peace.
Oh, peace.
Yeah.
One more time, y'all. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for watching Convos podcast. I am the one and only Dricka M. Carter. Convos was started to highlight entrepreneurs, artists, and CEOs on their journey from struggle to success. So I appreciate y'all listening. As always, I want to see you winning and wealthy, and thank y'all for tuning in.
See y'all later.